From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Mexico City Diablos. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. Able to spin free. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
For the set, ready? Check.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Newton. Caught by Jones. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Watch the twitch.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Ready? Right to the 3. It's got to be. Gun. It's got to be a
Play action. It's Newton. Looking downfield and that's caught inside the 30. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 39 yards there, a big one. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Ed Oliver able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Where's 50? 52. 52's the mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That second down play nets a -4. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Check that. We want Mike.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. On 1st down, it's Newton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Newton now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? Me and you all day. Great. I'm coming after you. Great. Mike 29. What we got?
Now a first down throw for Newton. Throw caught here by Bird. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice foot.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Allen now on first down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Check 52, come on. Wants to run.
On second down, here's Barkley. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, 52, I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. No, Mike 52, Mike 52. Regular. Mike 52.
Hey, Delta.
Here we go. What's that?
Allen from the gun on 3rd down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
After the run, Newton going to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
20. 47 is the mic.
Third and 2, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Newton dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now this throw caught left side, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Ready? Ready? You.
From the red zone now, Newton. And he fires one incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
29 is the mic. Mike 29. Not today, you are. Not today.
To throw on third down. Newton. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up first and goal inside the 10.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On second and goal, Newton. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Now the Bengals on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is third and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. John Ross, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 15 in the first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated. That's caught at the 25. And a huge play that time. 49 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down now. Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bengals 11.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen flushed out right. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch twitch. Watch twitch.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
Mexico City, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Mike 50. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Again, it's Barkley. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Rabbit.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they will finally get him down, and now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Newton. He'll buy some time right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Julio Jones. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
On this defense, no game. 49, check 49, check 49. 52.
Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2.
Alert!
All day, baby, all day, all day.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hey, hold.
Here's Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mexico City, first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 now.
Half 85, half 85.
Now Allen off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Middle.
Check. 40's Mike. 40's the Mike. 40's the Mike. Hey, keep it up.
Hey, orbit.
40's the Mike.
And here's Allen. Going to throw again. Quick slant. Caught by Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33.
Mexico City, first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off near the 26.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Let's get off the field.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mike 29.
Gun. No such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
29 is the Mike. Orbit. Watch the car.
They fake the give. Newton rolling to his right. The ball comes out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Cincinnati.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Newton now to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On second and 10, Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit down.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, 33 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more.
35. Diablos 3. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Flush to his right. Looking downfield for Jones. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there. 56 yards.
That's another Mexico City first down.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Flushed out right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Allen now on 3rd and goal. Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Ready. Mike, 47. Hey, come on, no. Hey, watch this.
On 2nd down, it's Bird. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Bird. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Gun. Check.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong foot.
Oh, nice move. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
52, Mike, 52. Let's go, let's go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jonathan Allen, his 2nd sack of the night.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
I'm trying to collect.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Allen, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To the air, Allen. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Alert! Under 10, under 10, 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
X3. 218, chop.
A give to Barkley out of the gun.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Allen going to throw. And this is caught off a deflection. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Check, 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 check. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Hey, Echo.
52.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All day, just like that, just like that.
Allen now operating from the gun. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line. Tonight's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And now it's off to the airport for a date with customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week.